Right.
Hello, everybody on Facebook. We are live. Right.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone out there doing this evening? Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm trying to see whether I can see anybody. All right. Shall we? Yeah. Good evening to our chairman of APSWC, Andrew Jacka, board members, our speaker, Madam Alyssa from New Zealand, all the APSWC members, and all the Facebook audience with us this evening. Thank you for joining us this evening. Before we start, let me introduce you to our speaker today, this evening. Alyssa is a mindfulness and compassion meditation teacher, mentor, speaker, coach, and Reiki practitioner, a professionally trained mindfulness teacher, and a multidisciplinary entrepreneur with an unshakable, passionate enthusiasm dedicated to helping you on your healing journey and become the person you most want to be, with an unwavering multitude to make a difference in people's life. She guides pressured women and men to find balance and clarity in difficult times in their midlife. Her teaching approach and methodologies blend ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience. She helps you recognize internal suffering with tenderness and kindness, revealing opportunities to develop radical acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness while creating loving kindness, gratitude, joy, and equanimity to live deeply in a wise and loving relationship with themselves and others. Aini unlocks an awareness for you to see from your own experience what is true for you. Her ethos. True transformation is not one without pain, but one who sees through it. Author of the book, The Walk to Freedom, Awaken Your Inner Fire. Find balance and clarity in a chaotic and stressful world. When Aini is not teaching her programs, you can find her concocting her homemade Maramatanga aromatherapy products for her family and experimenting on the latest tasty junior recipes with her children. Presenting to you Alyssa with her sharing this evening. Is your mind connected to your body? The floor is all yours, Aini.
Thank you. Wow, such a long introduction.
And lots of big words too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. That was beautiful. I'd like to welcome everyone here. If you're here with me, welcome you from where you are, your race, your culture, your descent, and your whole self arriving here in this beautiful space. Oh, virtual space, I would say. Yeah, so thank you for the introduction. For me, it is really my aspiration as a mindfulness and compassion teacher, and what really stems from my own transformation and my own awakening, and not any kind of a your whole kind of a spiritual thing, but awakening to being fully human. So I have actually learned in this practice not to stop the human experience, but to allow and create space, pause, and to see the changing nature of our permanent life, impermanent life, of the body, of the mind, and how to relate to them in loving awareness, kindness, and compassion. So that was a bit of my story. I'd like to first invite you, since our topic suggests is the mind connected to your body. So let's start by arriving where you are using your breath to connect your mind to your body. So if you would like, find a comfortable position, relax and alert at the same time. Down gaze your eyes if that's possible. And if it feels comfortable, you can also close your eyes. All right, start. Let's begin just to soften the body, taking in a few long, deep breaths. And with each breath, release any obvious tension that you can find in your body and feel yourself softening deeper and deeper as you stay connected and grounded here. And a few more deep breaths in and out, in all the way into the belly. If it's helpful, you may place one hand on the chest and the other on the belly. And see if you can feel the sensations of your breath as you breathe in and out. And letting your awareness settle into your breath. Notice what it feels like in the body as you breathe in and out. Breathing in and breathing out. Noticing all the sensations associated with the breath. And I'd like to invite you to begin establishing a connection between your breath and your body. It might be sensing the cool air at the tip of your nostril. Maybe you will feel your chest expand and contract as you breathe in and out. Maybe you feel your belly rise and fall. Perhaps you feel the whole body breathing. Let's take a moment here. Breathing in, breathing out. Finding an angle where you feel most comfortable. Let's just take the next moment here to be present with our breath. Arriving where you are, feeling the connectedness of your body and mind as you stay grounded here in this state of being, peace and calm. And allow yourself to take in a deep and energetic breath in. And just take your own time. When you're ready, you can come back to the room. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? How does that feel, being in a body?
We are not back yet.
Not back yet.
You're not back yet. Yeah, it's kind of, do you ring something to call us back? Is that
Yeah, I did.
purpose that you have that?
Yeah, I
Can
did.
it be something else beside that sound? Is that
It's a singing bowl. Yeah.
right?
Mm.
All right.
Did you hear that sound? Was it clear or not?
It is. I hear that vibration, right? So if somebody is practicing this, can they actually use something else besides the singing bowl?
Oh yeah, of course. You don't need to have a bowl.
Oh, okay. I thought it's by purpose, but it's really nice, the vibration. I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm. Now, yeah. So it's really kind of easy for us to get caught up and swept in a way with the craziness of the things that is happening. Our tender hearts and minds are always at war all the time. And we get caught up obsessing about how the future will turn out to be, and with all the worldwide crisis that we are here experiencing right now, the shooting in US and all the things that's happening, the war, Ukraine and things like that. And this really creates more anxiety, more stress than it already is. Most of us have families and work, etc. Um, I would actually like to ask a question instead, to start off with. Have you noticed how your body reacts when you are overly worried or stressed out? See if you like, see, I might hear from someone here.
Everything tightens up.
Yeah,
Simple as
it
that.
is. It
Let me
is.
check Facebook, see if there's anyone commenting on Facebook.
And I think you are not breathing deep enough, very shallow, and
Mm,
sometimes you might not be breathing. You are like holding your breath, right? Yeah.
that is totally true.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it really feels a lot of tightness around my chest when I feel stressed and anxious, and I feel heaviness on my own shoulder. But our heart beats faster, like you say, our breath are irregular and shallow because stress manifests in our bodies in many, many ways. And we are likely to experience stress differently in different people. Some of us may discover chest pains, palpitations, stomach aches, upset, loss of appetite, sleep deprivation. And often this leads to a lot of feelings of helplessness, despair, agitation, anger from most people, and more. It can also create additional chaos in our mind with a mix of emotions that are causing us to disconnect from the body, from the present moment awareness. And sometimes we give up control of ourselves. See, our mind is like a projector, in the screen, playing movies, stories, and dramas of our own life. Aware of the thoughts and the impact we have with ourselves, the images, imagines, fantasies, and memories, and many times our self-talks. They can be totally incessant, like a continuous stream of non-stop chatters in the mind, and that takes us away from our body. And we get lost in our thoughts. Research has shown that 90% of our thoughts are unconscious, and they are repetitive. More often, we get attached to our thoughts, and some thoughts are stickier than others. And it is said that 95% of our thoughts are the same as yesterday, which means what you're thinking of today is very likely what you're thinking of yesterday and the day before yesterday, or maybe even the day before yesterday. So this is how our thoughts are. What I'd really like to do right now is to invite you to close your eyes if that's possible. Right? Just take a moment to close your eyes. And I'd like you to imagine a blue lion. So picture a blue lion in your mind's eyes. Be creative. Do whatever you want to do. Just picture a blue lion. Give it eyes, nose, ears, body. Paint a picture of a blue lion in your mind's eyes. Now, take a deep breath in and open your eyes now. I know there's only two of you that I can see, so I'd like to just ask, did you get a blue lion now? Yeah, you all got your blue lion?
A little bit difficult when you're so used to having like yellow and brown lions that.
I tell you what, it's so difficult to imagine a blue lion because the real lion keep appearing, right? And you want to paint it blue, it's like so tough.
It's all the fault of the Lion King. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you did get your blue lion, right? Roughly. No?
Very rough.
Now I'd like to invite you again to close your eyes. Okay, you got your blue lion, but this time I'd like you to picture anything else but the blue lion. Okay, whatever you think of, just do not think of the blue lion. Okay, whatever you think of, please do not think of the blue lion. All right. Okay, anything else but the blue lion. All right, now you can open your eyes and come back. What comes up for you?
I can't
Goddamn blue lion.
All right, wonderful. Yeah, this is a research and experiment done in the University of, suddenly I just cannot remember, but it's done by the psychologists and the scientists to show that this is how our mind works. Okay, yeah, and that this is normal as long as we are a human being. So when we are in our mind, we leave our body. You see, when I say, do not think about the blue lion sticks around. That's the nature of our mind because we're always in our mind. So how many of you actually notice how your body feels when you're trying to picture the blue lion? You're just in the mind, right? Yeah, very seldom we do take note. Very seldom we take note of what is in the body. We're always in the mind, and sometimes we might not remember what we do, or we may say that we do things that we don't remember. Okay, when we are in the mind, we actually leaves the body. Sometimes you may find yourself bumping into the tables, bruises in your legs, or you may leave the house trying to remember if you have turned off the lights. Right? I'm sure this thing happened. Or you might get angry and insist that you place your car key on the table. I knew it was there, right? But it was actually in the handbag. And for me, very often I get lost when I'm in a shower. So sometimes wash my hair twice. I wonder, does that resonate with any of you here? No?
I haven't washed my hair twice. That is definitely no. But I mean, not necessary hair, I think, Yeah, but you will ask yourself whether have I done that yet, but I think not the hair.
Yeah, we do get very in the mind where we leave the body and we do things that we don't remember. Sometimes it's not really forgiveness. I mean, sorry, not forgetfulness, but More often we are in the mind, we lose touch of what is going on. We're not in the present moment, right? Because the mind can take objects of the past, the present, and the future, which means it can be a representation of our own thoughts. If that makes sense to any of you? Yeah. Right. So the biggest challenge here is the ongoing movies that is in our mind and that is repetitive, like we have did the experiment or the exercise with the blue lion, often about ourselves, how we should be or should not, which makes us feel so miserable because we always believe what we think to be true. And to be very, very honest, thoughts trigger the arising of our emotions. So thoughts and emotions manifest in our body as sensations. That's how you feel when you are anxious, right? And that forms our perception. You might think that you are anxious, but you may be actually excited because our heart beats faster when we are excited too. So are we really anxious or excited? Right? It's just a name that we put in the thought of our own representation, our own perception, right? So if we have fearful thoughts, we feel unpleasant emotions in our body, and these sensations drives our behavior. And then we become reactive, and they can run our lives and determine how we may behave subsequently. Sometimes we explode outward with anger and frustrations. And sometimes we buckle inward with self-criticism when we feel guilty, shame, fearful, and all. And sometimes when it comes to too difficult to feel our emotions, we ignore or we avoid or refuse to feel. And that totally numb ourselves and may even turn into addictions, unhelpful habits such as comfort eating, and more. And all these undermine our well-being, whether in all aspects, in a way, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So it is really important that we wake up to this awareness and recognize the sensations in our body and listen deeply to our body in a way without judgment, criticism, or interruption. You see, what we see here through our five senses, what we see, hear, smell, taste, touch, is in the present moment. So what you're seeing here in the screen is in the present moment. What you're touching here is in the present moment. But we can remember in our mind what we see, hear, smell, taste, or touch yesterday. That's the past. Because our mind is so clever. It can take objects of the past, present, and future. And that means our mind can sometimes be deceptive. Our thoughts are just a representation of our experience. But the body keeps the score if you realize that. People say that the issues are in our tissues. I know you're in the spa and wellness. Maybe that's why we go for a massage to relax the tissues in our body. So what we want to do in this practice, connecting to the mind and body, is that we want to listen to what needs to be heard and what is beyond those sensations and feelings when challenging emotions arises, rather than believing in the representation of your thoughts and getting caught in your own thoughts. I'd like to share this Zen doctrine of no mind by Suzuki. He said, all is mind-made. It is like a person painting a tiger. He paints it, looks at it, and is frightened. Or is a brushwork of your own imagination. So when we learn to connect to the body, it helps us to better know ourselves. It expands our windows of tolerance, manage stress, of course, and other difficult and challenging emotions, deepens our capacity for compassion towards ourselves and to others. And of course, it leads to achieving a more balanced life, increase self-confidence, self-esteem, and all of these leads to creating a wiser and loving relationship with yourself. You know, sometimes the mind can take us off, and right. So in my experience, when I'm less reactive, when I'm less neurotic or less triggered, people around me actually benefit from my own presence and my calmness. It's like a ripple effect. So really encourage every one of you here who are listening to get in touch with your body. So what we're going to do right now is it okay if we do a simple quiz to help everyone here to measure the strength of their body and mind connection? Sharing the screen. Great. All right. So I'm just gonna read out here. If you have a pen and paper, if not, go grab one. We'll give you a few minutes. So here's the quiz. Is your mind connected to your body? So this quiz will help you to measure the strength of your own mind-body connection. And I will, of course, give you some suggestions after that. What are the practices that might be helpful? So let's do this together, if that's okay. So all you got to do is just answer true and false to the following statements. Much better. Now I can see the screen. Okay. All right. So 1, I tend to eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm full. Just put it there. True or false. Don't have to really think too much. And shall we move forward? When I feel tired, I frequently bump into things like furniture and doorways. True or false? Okay. 3, I can clearly tell the difference between my body feeling nauseated or extremely hungry. Okay. Shall we move on? I typically eat while doing something else. Just true or false. We don't really have to think too much. And let's move on. I'm pretty good about finding a way to get some rest when I need it. Next, I tend to injure myself when I play sports or try other physical activities. Okay. When I'm stretching, I can feel the edge between pushing too hard or not enough. All right. I overeat comfort foods whenever I'm upset. Cool. I frequently engage in a body-based mindfulness practice like yoga, body scan, or mindful walking. True or false? All right. I often believe I don't have time to eat, sleep, drink water, or take care of other basic biological needs. Okay. All right. So let's go down to the scoring. You have your answer, true or false. So I'd like you to give yourself a +1 point every time you answer true to an odd numbered statement. Right? And subtract 1 point
To
every
work out what's
time.
an odd number.
Odd number,
Gotta remember.
1357. 1357.
Okay.
Subtract 1 point every time you answer true to an even numbered statement. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You got it? Just take your time. Just a simple quiz.
I thought this was about mindfulness, not mathematics.
So if you score 3 to 5, you seem to have a strong body-mind connection. Well done.
I got 3.
Now, if you score 0 to 2, this is pretty typical, right? I know sometimes it's hard to concentrate or focus on our body with our surroundings when we are caught up in our daily activities and the constant information, entertainment, work, families, children, and all. Right? That's not a problem. We are human beings. So please be gentle to not be too hard on yourself, okay? So suggestion here is practice mindfulness of the body meditation. Body scan will help you to notice the sickness in the body, like what we did, focusing on the breath, focusing on the body. Because what we want is to really listen to our body, feel all the sensations in the body, right? And listen to the wisdom of our body. Now, if you score a -1 to -5, not to worry too. This is also very, very typical for most people, okay? So the suggestions here is that you might want to start a little bit of mindfulness practice. So start with paying attention to what we can feel, really feeling. So when you are washing dishes, you wash dishes, right? I know most of us, when I'm teaching in a mindfulness class, when we are washing, ladies, especially washing dishes, your mind is somewhere else. Oh, what am I supposed to be cooking? Is the thing done? What is that? Right? Our mind is everywhere when we are doing something, if you notice that. Okay. So you might want to try mindful eating as well, which is something very interesting. You can do that with children. Also very interesting. So one way is I would like to just suggest something very simple for you to start off with. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. So you want to make this habit taking pauses each day just to focus on this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mindfulness practice that will help you anchor yourself in the present moment. Okay, for your information, this quiz is adapted from the Mindful Teacher organization. Okay, so let's move on. Is it okay if we? Yeah, wonderful. So, what was your score, Alyssa? I'm quite interested to know. Oh, it's
2.
okay. A lot of mothers have that score, as far as I know, because we're everywhere, right? We're working, we have kids, we're cooking, we're doing the dishes, we're doing the laundry. Yeah, typical human being, but that's how human being is.
I'm easy on myself, so yeah, I won't beat myself up even if it's 2.
Wonderful. I know.
Can I take 1 point of dissent on your commentary? right? Why do you assume it's only women that wash the dishes?
Not really assuming. Majority of the women does the dishes.
Not really.
That's what in my tradition brought me out. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure men does. My husband does the dishes too.
So yeah, we were brought up where everybody does the dishes, right? You all have to do it. So, but it's interesting. But in terms of your mind wandering, I mean, I'll think about it next time I wash the dishes. But for me, it's like you think about washing the dishes. I'm washing the dishes. That's what I'm doing. I, forget about everything else because I need to wash the dishes and I need to do it properly. So
Yeah, that itself is mindfulness. Yeah,
yeah.
really. So I can see why your score is that you're really connected to your body, Andrew. That's perfect. That's beautiful.
Not far from me. Come on, Andrew.
Close.
You're just one pointer away.
I just love this.
But when you was asking the questions, I thought this is going to be ridiculous because it seems to be true, false, true, false, true,
Yes.
false. And it's like, we're creating patterns here or what? And then,
yeah, so there is
right?
a patterns there. There's the odd numbers and the even numbers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So something that we
continue.
can start to be aware of. See, when we are not aware whether we are connected or not, then we don't know where to start, right?
Mm.
At least from where we are now, that you are able to find out, at least from the very basic, to find out where you're at right now. Are you connected, not connected? Then you know where to start, right? I wonder if there's any other questions, if you would like to open up to the floor.
They're all very quiet on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
How do they find the quiz?
Yeah, let me check with them. Yeah. I need to. Somebody told me that the score is 3.
Wonderful.
Hi Zura, you scored 3. Wow, you are better than me. Well done.
I was just wondering if Amanda is there, because I met her on LinkedIn this afternoon. So I was hoping to meet her actually on Zoom.
Amanda, are you here?
Okay, so shall I move on?
Yeah, all quiet on Facebook. They're being shy. So
I know,
right?
it's okay. It's in the evening, everybody is winding down. So what I really want to say is that I strongly encourage you to take a step back, to reconnect with yourself, and to integrate conscious loving awareness with your body, mind, and spirit, right? Mindfulness and compassion are ways that will truly help us to be more aware and awake, as it teaches us to pause throughout the day. Take moments here and there to be with ourselves and be aware of our body, emotions, thoughts, physical, emotional, and mental qualities, and to tend to our hearts when we are experiencing challenging situation and unpleasantness in the body, right? Whether we realize it or not, maybe Andrew has something to say, but our deepest aspiration is to be happy, right? To feel love, to be loved, right? Is there anyone here who doesn't want to be happy? I don't think so, right? All of us want to be happy. And I'd like to share this, what I learned from the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. If any of you know him, he said the way out is the way in. And I say it has to start with us. So in transforming ourselves, we also help others. And when our being is composed, our life is composed too, right? Peace and joy and happiness and success follows when we are in a state within, not without. So I would reckon that the more love, peace, joy, happiness we give, the more we receive and the more we attract to. This to me is well-being, because our being is a way of life. We are not a separate part of a collective being functioning by itself. Rather, I feel that we are a part of the whole. We are all connected, and all parts are important because all parts contribute to the whole, the bigger universe, the whole itself. And this is precisely what mindfulness and compassion are, where we actually learn to embody the practice as a way of life. It is not a skill or a tool. Well, you can use it as a tool, as for me originally started using mindfulness and compassion as a tool. But as we continue to practice, it becomes a skill, right? When it becomes a skill, you know as and when to use it, and it becomes a way of life, right? So mindfulness is nothing than just being, you know? Sometimes I reckon we are human doing, you know, not human being. We're always doing. So when are we going to come back here and be, right? I really hope that you take on some valuable insights and wisdom with you today, and that you can apply in a practical and realistic ways. So my advice here is to always start where you are. Start small, take little steps, and always remember to be kind and gentle with yourself. It is a process and a journey, not a destination. The story is from Malidoma Song, a West African writer and spiritual teacher. So he had been away from his home village for many years at a Catholic boarding school. So when he returned, that's about maybe 20 years later, one night he wanted to turn on the lamps at night, you know, and he was told by the religious elders, no, if we light the lamps, we won't be able to see. What is that, right? And they explain, you can't see anything real in daylight. The only thing you see in daylight is what you want to see. So when you turn the lamps off, you see what wants to be seen, which is a whole different story. So when we turn the lights off our thoughts, we truly experience what needs to be seen, heard, felt, tasted, and smelled in our bodies. So with this, I'd like to take a moment for you to close your eyes and see if you can acknowledge all parts of your being. Taking in a few deep breaths. Inviting the feeling of gratitude for being alive, being here in this space together. See if you can sense a sense of peace and joy that's already within us, already within you. Just this moment. And I'd like you to smile into your heart and let that smile spread and bathe through your whole body and see how that feels. And here's wishing all of you be well and happy. May all beings be well and happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful and at ease. May all beings be held in loving kindness. May you all here be held in loving kindness. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Andrew.
So
thank you, Heidi.
How was
that was pretty awesome, actually.
Oh,
Right?
I hope
right?
you enjoy. I hope the rest of the people who are watching live enjoy. Yeah, really get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, everybody, this is our first session with Amy, and we're more than open to your feedback. As you know full well, the Asia Pacific Spa and Wellness Coalition is a not-for-profit organization. So we all do everything on a voluntary basis. So if you want more of videos with Amy or anybody else in the mindfulness field, please let us know. Right, we'd be more than happy to hear from you. We do have a presence on social media. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, right? We've got our YouTube channel and growing number of people on YouTube, fast approaching 100,000 views on YouTube. And now that we'll have Amy's video, we'll copy to YouTube as well. All right, and then maybe we'll get 200,000 views. You never know. All right, but yeah, look, the world of well-being is changing, and I think finally we're starting to really understand a little bit more about mental well-being. And I mean, the most recent video we posted on our YouTube channel was one where it was talking about breathworks. And okay, this is, sorry if I'm offending anybody, to me this is in the same field, but not at the psychological level as to what the breathworks is, right? You don't need to be a psychologist to listen and learn from what Amy is teaching us. So yeah, fantastic. And I hope everybody knows what a blue lion is now, right? They know how to see a blue lion, how to find a blue lion. Right? Yeah. And yeah, it's pretty miraculous. And if you didn't take the quiz, please, right, go back through it, right? Go back through this video and take the quiz and just have a look at it. And yeah, Amy's contact details are up there on her screen, right? And or you just contact us at the APSWC. We're more than happy to share her contact details if anybody wants to contact her directly. So thank you very much, everybody. Alyssa, to you and your team for organizing this and bringing it live. Right, fantastic. I'll actually let you do the closing comments, right? But yeah, brilliant. Amy, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it, and I hope that everybody watching has gained something out of this. So thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Alyssa. It's
thank
really wonderful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Andrew. Our chairman, thank you so much, Amy, for spending your evening with us. You know, I know that you're busy having 2 kids, but you still spend this moment with us, and it's so precious because I think it's so important for us to connect our body and our mind. I think this thing is everybody knows that they are so busy, but sometimes we just need people to remind us that we need to breathe, right? We need to enjoy ourselves. We need to love ourselves, right? And I remember this when I was very little, right? I always ask myself to be present because when I was little, I tend to be very angry, and my anger is quite kind of alarming. That at times I will ask myself, why am I doing this? And suddenly I feel that, why am I lost? I'm not connected, right? My mind asks me not to do it, but my body is like different, right? So at a very young age, I always tell myself, I have to be present. And it's so important for you to be present. But I think it's a good reminder for everybody to be present so that we are aware of, you know, who we are. At times we may lose ourselves sometimes, right? So I am really grateful to have you today, this evening, to remind us to be present and to connect our body with mind. And thank you so much. And I think the audience may leave some feedback for us, and we will keep track on the feedback. And if there's any questions, please connect with Aini. I think you will be able to see that his contact number. Can we have I'm going to put it in a chat room later, your Gmail address, and if anyone wants to contact you. And you also have YouTube channel that you are speaking on a lot of other topics as well. And for others, please visit our website too, www.apswc.org. And please stay tuned to more YouTube Live or Facebook Live. All right. Thank you so much again. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Hmm.